Cardano Smart Contracts. Why are they special? What is going on, my friends? It's your friend Jack here, coming live from my mom's basement to tell you today why I believe smart contracts on Cardano are something very, very special. Something never done before. And in today's video, we're going to be going over the basics too. So if your grandma's watching, or if you are a grandma, then stay tuned. Let's get into it. Just before I get into the bulk of the video, if you guys are interested in NFTs, the sponsor of this video is my very own project, Stickfrix. Go check the link out down in the description. 6,969 unique Stickfrix to be minted, and there's only 2,000 left, so you better get down there. But with that being said, let's get into the rest of the video. So before we get into smart contracts and why Cardano is so special, we have to understand that there's many cryptocurrencies out there and a lot of people get confused by these. The first thing I want to put out there is that Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. You've probably heard of Bitcoin. You've also probably heard of Ethereum. Now, Bitcoin is like, let's say, digital gold. It's a store of value, and it is very decentralized, which gives it a lot of value in itself being decentralized. Now, Ethereum, on the other hand, is pretty decentralized, meaning there's no really central entities that are going to corrupt it, but Ethereum has smart contracts. And smart contracts essentially allow for things to happen without a middleman. That smart contract is now the middleman. Imagine a scenario where you could see, Jim and Bob, they need an intermediary, they need a middleman to get something done, but they got to trust that middleman. Ethereum smart contracts take that completely out of the equation. Now, here's the thing. Bitcoin and Ethereum, they both use proof of work. Now, every blockchain, whether it be the Bitcoin blockchain or the Ethereum blockchain, needs a consensus mechanism to secure the network and also to process transactions. Now, on one hand, we have proof of work. Right now, Bitcoin and Ethereum both use proof of work. There are some major benefits to using proof of work, including security, but there's always going to be a better way to do things that needs to be developed and pushed forward. And this leads us into proof of stake, the consensus mechanism that Cardano runs on. Alright, but before we get on to proof of stake, I want to let you guys know that proof of work concepts require people to essentially use more energy than proof of stake. And that is because the miners are heavily dependent on their profitability based on how much computing power they have to solve the equations that validate the network, to keep things running smoothly, to be rewarded for their work. Now, proof of stake, on the other hand, kind of has that pitfall too, but right now we're just talking about the fact that someone can validate or, mine, kind of get rewarded these blocks that are produced by blockchains to actually give the network validators incentive. They can get these in a proof of stake system depending on how much of the main native currency, in this case we're talking about Cardano ADA, that they hold. So that would give them more power in the ecosystem. Now, before we think, oh wow, so someone with a lot of coins can just, attack the system, technically they would have to have, 51%, which right now is nowhere close to happening in any of the proof of stake consensus models on Cardano using Oroborus. Now, Oroborus is also a unique protocol on the proof of stake consensus model, which adds a lot of value to user friendliness and also fixes a lot of those core issues that come along with the traditional proof of stake consensus model. Okay, so we're not going to dig too much deeper into proof of stake and Oroborus, but I want to make it clear that Cardano is doing things their own way, and a lot of this is coming from, hundreds of research papers and academically sourced work that has been tested through rigor and application on the test net to bring us to the main net of smart contracts on Cardano officially yesterday. So now, what makes Cardano having smart contracts so freaking special? Well, first things first, Ethereum is working on their own proof of stake consensus model, and they're probably going to port over to proof of stake in the very near future, as they have plans to with Ethereum 2.0. But Cardano, in the meantime, has achieved that proof of stake consensus model plus smart contracts. Well, Ethereum is trying to just get there. And I'm not going to knock Ethereum because Ethereum has a lot more development and users based on their smart contracts, as we're just getting started on Cardano. But Cardano now has both proof of stake and smart contracts on the table. And that's pretty powerful. Not only is this huge for having a decentralized foundation that they've laid these smart contracts on, a truly decentralized foundation, but they're also using the Oroborus protocol. And this is actually much more important than many people might think, as a lot of other protocols using proof of stake require you to give custody of your assets to actually stake them, which is honestly a no-go for most people. And Cardano makes it possible where you can remain in full control and still stake your coins to provide power to the network, with over 2,900 stake pools now. And this is pretty huge, actually. Many people are going to overlook this, but essentially right now, Ethereum 2.0 is aiming to be where Cardano is today. And that's why I believe Cardano smart contracts are very special. Although we may not see a huge surge in users right away, with everything still developing and people still getting smart contract functionality up and running with their platforms and their dApps, it's pretty much inevitable at this point, with such a solid foundation in decentralization and using Oroborus proof of stake protocol, that we're going to do well. And we're going to be able to do more than Ethereum can do right now as we develop further and as we get more into, the scaling factors and the governance solutions too, running alongside us developing smart contracts and dApps and all that good stuff. So to me, this is very special. And to many people, it may just be like, whatever, another smart contract platform. But all of the other smart contract proof of stake platforms that exist right now, the tokenomics are either a little bit skewed and they're not very decentralized whatsoever, and they also use slashing, which isn't Oroborus' protocol. They use a protocol for proof of stake that is nowhere near as good as Oroborus, at least in my opinion. They don't have that huge benefactor of allowing their users to stake coins with no risk whatsoever, and they also miss out on a lot of other key features that go with proof of stake and can be utilized using a protocol like Oroborus. So that's the video for today. I hope you guys found some of this helpful. If you guys were confused on any of the words that came out of my mouth, Google is your friend, but I'm also here to answer you in the comments. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great freaking day. To me, we're just getting started. Yesterday, smart contracts went live on Cardano, and I'm very excited to see all the dApps, decentralized applications, come on grandma, you knew that one, coming forward on Cardano for the next year and even after that. Anyways, peace out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please smash the like button. Please subscribe, all that good stuff. See ya.